Guess what I just bought? I don't think those are right size, but we'll try them, maybe. 7/16 by 20 with lock nuts. Those are pinched in grade 8 and they will stay on, they won't wind off. Cool stuff for the garden. Keep going. All right, a couple days later, where was I? Yeah, exhaust manifolds. Have a look at those. Okay, here I was somewhere in here. All the nuts came off. Fantastic. Studs stayed in. I will use some anti-seize, some copper high temp anti-seize on the stuff that's going on there later. And let's see, I could bolt it up now. And I could start digging out that, or I could just take that whole, I think I'm going to take that whole thing off and drop it off at Zamboni's, and Zamboni will bend me up a little doodad so I can get on down the road. Stay tuned. You keep seeing that thing down there, and I see it in my videos, and that's an old brake drum from the rear of this car, which is upgraded to some bigger piece because that's all I could find to fit on this car for cheap, and it worked. But that's just an old brake drum that's down there, and it's just under the car because I ain't got a lot of room. That's what that thing is. Old have a gander. Look at that old nasty thing. It's got me 40,000 miles and I'm still having a blast. So whatever you think, you can think what you think, but I'm having fun. That's what I say. Yep. Here we go. So I did clean it up a little bit. Yep. But my scraper, which has been through a couple of years and no fix-ups, wasn't doing too well down there. So what I did is took a file and I took that edge down a little better so it scrapes more gooder. I'll just keep up with that a little bit. That's the only place I guess it kind of was sticky. Get back to you. First, to do a little preliminary fit. There's the hypo. Fits on there, should. Exactly the same bolt pattern, everything just comes up higher. The exhaust is more split. Split comes by here, that one's split and Y's into this one, which kind of splits and Y's into those two, and this one comes around and is split until about there, so it is able to keep the exhaust going in better directions to help scavenge a little bit the other cylinders. Yep. Some things about the Magnum motors, the hypo motors, the Commandos or whatever. These manifolds, as I understand, are supposed to give you 5 more horsepower to run manifolds like this compared to the logs. And the other thing Magnums would have is a windage tray underneath the crank, between the crank and the oil pan, to keep the crank from picking up extra oil and slinging it around, and that's like good for, I don't know, another 5. So I don't have that in here yet, but I found one. So we're just cruising along. This is fun to watch. I'll just take that out one-handed. Yep. 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 Put next to the old loggy log. Yep. Hot damn. And like I said, those gaskets ain't the right size for the hypo. Line up the hole. We ain't got another hole lined up. Nope. Yep. Those are gonna work out because these is universal. Oh yeah. Cool. Hold on to the night. Hold on to the memories. Wish you could have seen something more. That's good stuff. What's going on those studs? Oh yeah, here we go. So we can get through here. Exhaust. We got Ooh, had these for a while. Can't remember where, but I got them. Looks like Pro Kit or something. 689771 C body. Exhaust manifold kit. Already used a couple of them. See if you can see. Is that really exciting? Yeah, I'm sure it's exciting. That's the stuff you got to use. I don't need those studs because they're good. I just like using the original stuff, like zombie stuff. They were made pretty darn good. Not all of it's original, but some of it is. Those two were. Big flat washer and a special rounded over nut. These are just more standard. No, there's another original. Yep. One more original. Come on. One more original with a butt thick washer and that rounded corner nut. Love it. So that's interesting. That's the side that goes over the stud, and there's a stop in the middle, and there's a threaded end here where the hex is. It must have been so that you could put the nut in there and put a stud out of there and then put a heat shield on after the outside. Maybe. Speculation. Fine threads. They seem to go forever, but they're less likely to come back out and they clamp a little tighter with less torque. So I used a little flap wheel to clean up the inside edge a little bit, just somewhat. I mean, big deal now, but yeah, that flange cleaned up a little bit too. Yes, original equipment. Love it. Well, that's good for about an hour and a half on a Thursday night. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.